Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about generative AI engineering interview process. This video will be going to be about a company named Katonic.ai, which I have applied into. And this video will give you a brief about how the process will look like in the generative AI process and what are the questions that are being asked. So here is my interview process email that I received from Katonic.ai. You can also see the JD that I applied to. So this video will be going to be about my interview process, genuine interview process that I have gone through, and I will be sharing insight regarding that process and the question asked inside the process. So before going ahead with the video, if you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, because these kinds of content you will not be able to find anywhere else, who will share their own interview processes, because it's really hard, guys. For Katonic.ai, I have applied, and this is the first contact that I received from them. I have not received any kind of phone call, but yeah, this is the first email that I got. Very important, guys. If something like this is being sent to you, make sure you read each and every point of the email, because when you read this email, this part usually tells you like this is a senior guy and this he will be taking your interview. If this is some HR or somebody else, then your first round probably going to be like just an intro and HR round. But from this email I knew like this is going to be a technical round, and the hiring manager will be taking my round. So yeah, so that's how you need to perceive the email. So that's why I have attached my portfolio and send it to him. Next email you will receive a meeting invite, and in this meeting, the first the question that was asked to me, the beginning of the interview will be is like he asked me about my experiences, my intro, my background, and all such that. And then he quickly moved into, he picked one of my project from my portfolio, and we started discussing on that project. And this project was basically an LLM heavy, because they were looking into LLM guys. And so we discussed about one of my project. We deep dive into some of the project and the processes, how from idea POC phase to the production phase and end to end pipeline you have to explain, and also like what is the motivation, what is the end product, all such that, and what are the tech stack that you used and in that project. And after that phase, the interview process shifted toward what he has planned for me. So he generally asked a question regarding RAG, so pipeline. So I knew like they are looking into person who have RAG experience. So they will not ask you about directly what is RAG, how will you implement it. So the first question that he asked me in this phase was, question was like this: suppose you have millions of books, and I will give you a sentence, and you need to find out that sentence in this millions of books. So how will you go about it? So he will not tell you like this is a rag situation or this is what kind of situation is you are facing, because he is going to test you like if you know the basics of rag or the idea behind rag, why the rag is implemented, because there is context. You can directly ask the chat GPT with context, but rag is something different. So this question was particularly is a hidden question to test my knowledge if this person knows about rag, basic rag methodology or not. So such a scenario where you have lots of huge amount of data which you can't generally copy paste into chat and ask question about it. These kinds of situation will come around rag. So Yeah, so we had a discussion about that situation, and interview went for accordingly. So ultimately, the brief that I would tell you about this interview is basically they were looking into uh, RAG people. They had a vector RAG based pipeline already set up, and they were looking into person who have experience into vector RAG, and in future they wanted to transition from vector RAG and experiment into knowledge graph RAG pipeline, which I had exposure into. So yeah, so this was my interview process. How I land this interview. So first thing is like, you have to look for a company when they have this position. I have applied, so I might be the in the early applicants because I was already following this company. So my approach was simple. I applied them through LinkedIn, which they have posted their job post. And while applying, I always included my portfolio. So let me share you my portfolio. So this is my portfolio which I have created on GitHub pages. If you want, I can make a tutorial for you guys to how to make a portfolio. This is a basically simple portfolio. Any Python person can make it in less than 1 day. And here I generally send every employer my portfolio, and from there they can download my resume. This is my resume. This is how it look like. I will attach all the document in the list description below. Thank you everyone. Have a great day. Bye bye.